Would it be under Prime Helix? No, it's the big guy. I swear they had like maybe it's a material change on them. Hold on, I gotta find it because I liked it. I saw it in the their map that they had. That way it can kind of feel very. There's this guy. This guy looks awesome. Buff white minion. Okay. Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Gotta rotate them always, and negative 80 or negative 60 somewhere in here. Let's see, he's gotta be a bit bigger. Somewhere around here, and somewhere around. Let's do 70 and 65-ish. Not bad. Let's bump this up even further, though. Just so he's a nice, big, meaty hitbox. We can always make it a little smaller if we need to. Doesn't look like they have any animation blueprint set up for these guys, but that's fine for now. Okay. We're not going to get to animating combat for the enemy for a while anyway. But let's toss one of these guys out. Let's set up our level a little bit before we go too much further. This one top and this one left. Back in the day when we started using Unreal, that's how it was set up. His top was always in the top left here, which I like better. We're going to make this, let's say 4,000. The lighting, let's make this 6, right? Oops. I already got a post-processing and atmospheric fog. I also need a little bit of height fog because it's always good to have. Not that I have to keep it, but it's just nice. And we are going to set up some geo for us to fight in, like a little nice little arena. Keep that 200. Our ring is going to be, I don't know what, like 1,200-ish. Should be good. That should be plenty of space. Make it really round if we wanted to, because it'd be fine. Okay, and then need some stairs. We're gonna make this a little smaller. 1,000. And we get some room for our stairs here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a nice little trick where we flip them upside down and subtract them out. Of course, I gotta take them off the grid a little, and then I'm gonna throw a cube in here. Not a cone, cube. There we go. Okay. Oh, this got screwed up. I have to go back in. Okay, and then okay, perfect. Nice little way to eat away at something to make a staircase real quick. Make everything planar and pop that out. And here is our little arena spot. Bad guy. We spawn here, we go in and we fight, right? Pretty easy. I'm going to remove the look input stuff, I guess. We got mouse, keyboard, and everything. And this. We're getting stuck in an idle position. Yeah, so that start idle. We didn't set it up to go back into movement. We set it up to fix the jumping, but not the back into movement. So we want this the opposite, which is if it's greater than 0. I guess it's not working. Hold on. Let's see where it is and why this is messed up. Whatever. I won't worry about it yet. It'll be fine. I moved recently and I have not brought my second monitor with me. I really need to do that. Alright, so yeah, we're there. We're going to go back, forth, to jumping, all that stuff. Perfect. It's better. Rotation's a little slow, but honestly, we don't care too much about that yet. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Do content browser. We're going to throw the content browser on the side. Okay, let's kind of figure out what our next steps are then. Because almost everything's set up, I think. Let's get some of these player controls set up and ready. First and foremost is let's just disconnect some of this stuff. Like mouse, in general, let's just remove mouse and gamepad for now. We're not going to do them. Settings, input. Look up, look right. All that we're not going to do. I wonder if I need to set up movement here from this stuff. Move forward and whatnot. Or if I remove them, does this thing still work? You know. Mobile. I need to start doing more of this. Let's just see. Let's test it out. Yeah, it needs to be there. Interesting. Let's see if in our movement. Yeah, this must be. It's either this is motion controller. I don't really need that, but I bet the gamepad thumbstick is what it's essentially linking to. Because I bet if we leave those in there, it'll work. Yeah, perfect. It's fine with me. I'll have to get the everything set up to push it over to my phone, or even better, like see if they have like one of those remote things I can do. Unreal used to. I haven't looked if the new Unreal 4 has their mobile remote stuff though. Essentially, it just gives you your phone or something turns into like a touch screen, but it doesn't have the game on it. It just sends the input to your computer, which is kind of cool. Alright, what's next? Let's test out our melee swipe and our melee stab. Alright, so we got character. Melee swipe. Melee stab. I wonder if we could just take information from here and then apply it to these ones. That might be the better way to deal with this. So let's do this as touch 2. This is touch 1, which is going to be our look. I mean, ultimately, I don't know if the swiping kind of input, if that's set up that well or not, because I've never used it. Let's actually change that name to touch look, just to be super clear about what it is. Okay. So let's just do a print string. Just to see if all these are working currently. Swipe. And look. Of course, they're not going to quite work in terms of, I think both of these will fire at the same time, but swipe works, look and swipe happen at the same time, but the other one doesn't. So the attack one, being touch 2, I guess, isn't going to work. I wonder if it's consume. Yeah, or override. Parent class. Let's see if it's consume. Because I do want them to be working all at the same time, technically. I just am going to turn off which ones I use and which ones I don't. Or is this like touch 2 is something else? I'm going to have to look that up. Let's see why. What does touch 2 actually do? Yeah, that won't give me any information on that. All right. See what happens if they're both touch 1. Which is something we can do technically if we wanted to. All right, looks fine. Okie dokie. Okay, so we're going to have a combat state. So these things can only happen in the combat state. But because combat's going to be a part of all the characters, we're going to do it in the parent class. Be in combat. While we're here, we can do how do we want to handle health? I'm thinking that it's going to be an int called current health current and health max. And using whole numbers is kind of like what Zelda will do. I'll have hearts. They're broken up into 4, but right now we're just going to do 3 hits and then you're dead. Yeah. Make it pretty simple, pretty easy to at least understand and everything. Alright, so for this, I also want to do a string. See, I don't think that our touch look is going to work here in terms of this. I think it has to be part of an axis, so that it continuously gets ticked, essentially. So we might have to move that over. Stab and swipe don't. They're kind of an instantaneous fire and forget kind of thing. So we have a pressed, moved, released here. We could put a lot of this code into the player controller itself, but I don't know if that really matters. Not terribly, at least. Not yet. Let me think about that for a second. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Okay. And we're back. Okay, so first things first, we're looking to create the look input. Movement's taken care of us with this, which is fine, left thumb movement. We also want to do a tapped move. That'll be something I can put as just a normal tap. So instead of doing this as a touch look, let's swap this one out for a touch move. Or a tap move. So if we're for tapping, we do a movement, so that'll be kind of taking care of us in some way, like AI navigation and whatnot. Okay. So we're going to do two variables for our touch input thing here. So what we do is we have a current and we have a previous. We also have a Boolean of when it's pressed and when it's released, because we need to know when, like if we click and we like drag, it moves the camera, and then we release it, and then we click and drag from over here. We can't use the previous location here versus this one here. We have to like update it to be over here. Otherwise, you'll get a quick turn that happens kind of weirdly and stuff. So this is touch input current, or touch location current, and previous. So previous needs to get set before we update this. So what will happen is we have current, and we say done. This one here. So previous becomes whatever our current was. And when we press down, we're going to set our current here to make sure that it updates everything correctly. Like I said, then we're not taking a location from an old spot, essentially. And then we can also do another one called touch location direction. Which we're just going to take our current and our previous, and we're going to subtract them. And I'm terrible at vector math, so I don't quite remember if it's this way or the other way, which I really should remember off the top of my head, since I do it so freaking often. And I just somehow figure it out as I go. Just have to refresh that. Alright. Let's check out these things and see how this is looking. Although it's not technically just the direction. And we can jump into Developer Tools, Output Log. Yeah, so we're getting things like 15, 14.8, 4.2.5. Yeah, so these are all updates pretty quick. And it'll give us a nice amount of, to move the camera. So let's just apply that directly to the camera and see how that feels. Boom, 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 boom. Although we could do this as a essentially what happens is we tap to or we have the input for looking around as the way that we control the booleans. So let's do that. That's fine. Let's do touch look again in this spot. Although I'm a little curious. Hold on. Let's do touch look as an axis. And let's see what that actually gives us in terms of not that one. What the axis value is. Because I have no idea what this will actually output. Huh. This is the pixel that it's at, I'm assuming? Ooh. Interesting. Because you could do 2 axes then. I wonder if input 1 is one thing, input 2 is a different thing. Let's see. Let's clear log. Let's play. So this is horizontal. Perfect. Let's see if touch will look. Touch look right. See if there's a touch 2. See if this is actually correct. Right, and up. Because that would be very nice if they have this in here. Let's actually disable the first one, though. No, darn. How do I get the vertical then? It's really sad if then I can't do that. Touch 2, touch 1, touch 2. Let's do touch again. Is there anything else in here? Let's take a look at how the player controller sets up touches and things like that as well, real quick. Don't see too much. That's the only thing. Darn. What else would I be able to play with to see if that would fix it? Just scale here. Touch 2, I wonder. But that wouldn't matter, no. So close to being a good thing. Let's do view documentation, blueprints. Is there any way to boom, 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 boom. I'm looking specific for how touch interface works. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not seeing much with it. Alright, we're not going to worry about it. Let's get rid of that. Tap to move, all that stuff we're going to do. Oh, I wanted to look up what touch 2 through 10 actually did, though.